Paper 2. Problem solving using Python. Part A. Answer any 10 question. First question. Define interpreter. An interpreter which executes program instruction in place of running on top of the CPU. An interpreter can immediately execute instruction as they are entered. This is referred to as a interactive mode. Second question. Define syntax. Syntax of a language is a set of characters and the acceptable arrangement sequence of this character. Third question. Define list operations. Operations commonly performed on its list include retrieve, update, insert, delete, and remove and appended. Fourth question. What is a control structure? Control structure is the order that instructions are executed in a program. A control statement is a statement that determines the control flow of a set of instructions. A control structure is a set of instructions and the control statements controlling their execution. There are three fundamental forms of control that programming languages provided. First one is sequential control, second one is selection control, third one is iterative control. Fifth question. Define relational operators. The relational operators in Python perform the usual comparison operations. Relational expressions are a type of Boolean expressions since they evaluate to a Boolean result. For example, relational operators example result double equal 10 double equal 10, it's true. Exclamatory equal not equal 10 exclamatory equal 10 is false. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than equals, it denotes to a true false result, and then given an example to be displayed on the screen. Sixth question. What is variable scope? Local scope and local variable. Local variable is a variable that is only accessible form within a given function. Such variables are said to be have a local scope. Its examples to be given in this display. Function 1, function 2 of. Call the function 1 and function 2 and print the value. Seventh question. What is a parameter passing? Actual arguments versus formal parameters. Parameter passing is the process of passing arguments to a function. As we have seen, actual arguments are the values passed to be a function's formal parameters to be operated on. For example, formal parameters denote n1 and n2, and then actual argument will be considered a birth year or HSC grade year, and then actual arguments is HS grade year called grade year. So print the value. Eighth question. What is a default argument in Python? A default argument is an argument that can be optionally provided in a given function call. When not provided, the corresponding parameter provides the default value. Ninth question. Define string traversal. The character in a string can be easily traversed without the use of an explicit index variable, using the for char in the string form of the statement. 10th question. What is a class? A class specifies the set of instance variables and methods that are bundled together. For defining a type of object, a class therefore a cookie cutter that can be used to make as many object intents of the type object as needed. For example, string class, a name, a street, a city or state, a zip code, that all been denoted in this example. 11th question. What is inheritance in Python? Inheritance in object-oriented programming is the ability of a class to inherit members of another class as part of its own definition. The inheriting class is called a subclass or derived class or child class, and the class inherited from is called the superclass or base class or parent class. Superclasses may themselves inherit from other classes, resulting in a hierarchy of classes. It denotes a class A, B, C, D, and E, the variable and method. 12th question. Define dictionaries in Python. A dictionary in Python is a mutable associative data structure of variable length denoted by the use of curly braces. For example, daily temperature 5, Sunday to Saturday, and then 68.8, 70.2 denote values of a temperature. Each temperature has been associated with a unique key value, Sunday to Monday, etc. String or often use a key values. The syntax of accessing the element of a dictionary is the same as for the accessing elements of sequence type, except the key value is used within the square brackets instead of an index value, daily temperature of Sunday.